Welcome to the final locked and loaded devlog. I'll be honest with you, this may not be the easiest devlog to market because there's no brand new animation system, massive visual overhaul, or flashy new features every 10 seconds. Basically guys, it covers all of the things that may sound boring in a trailer, but make a huge difference when you're actually playing the game. Instead, this episode focuses on the work happening throughout Bodycam, including many systems that we've wanted to improve for a long time. We're also going to take you a little bit behind the scenes to explain how RIPJAWS Studios has evolved, how the team has grown, and what that means for the future of Bodycam. So let's start off with the first thing you'll notice when you launch Bodycam. The traditional main menu that you all know is now gone. With Locked and Loaded, you spawn directly inside the shooting range. It's a physical, persistent, and fully explorable space shared with other players. You can meet your friends, test your weapons, visit the armory, practice close quarters combat, or simply explore. Throughout the facility, you'll also find pieces of Bodycam and RIPJAWS Studios history, including behind-the-scenes photographs, exclusive artwork, and reviews from all of you. Our goal in mind was really simple. From the moment you launch Bodycam to the moment you leave, you should feel completely a part of its world. We know the previous interface was bad. All of you told us countless times. We rebuilt the entire interface from scratch, around one central element, the tablet. Your loadout, settings, social menu, server browser, maps, and game modes are now accessible all through it. Settings and controls have also received a complete overhaul. Key rebinding is clearer. Audio, video, and graphic settings have been reorganized. Sensitivity options are more precise. And we also added settings for camera shake, gamma calibration, hold and toggle behavior, and much more. We also added support for PlayStation and Xbox controllers. You can navigate the interface, play matches, fly drones, and drive RC cars all using the controller. However, controller support is not yet complete. It's playable, but some actions still feel rough and certain areas require more work. So for now, keyboard and mouse remains the best way to play Bodycam on PC. We'll continue improving controller support after the update. We also temporarily disabled the shop as part of the interface rework. We wanted to focus as much as possible on the game itself and accelerate the release of the update. A shop should always be an addition to the game, not the priority. Also, there's going to be no real money purchases inside of this update because our current priority is improving the game itself. If you purchase skins before this update, the first time you launch Locked and Loaded, every skin you own will automatically be restored to your inventory, fully upgraded. At the same time, rebuilding every skin allowed us to significantly improve their overall quality, with better materials, more detail, more consistency, and a much higher level of realism across the entire collection. We also took the time to improve our server list and its connectivity. However, there's still a lot of work to do. Several additional improvements are currently in development and could be included within this update. We will continue upgrading the system whenever possible to improve matchmaking and its overall flow, so that way players no longer need to search for a server themselves or deal with connection issues. Now, for one of our most requested features since Bodycam's launch, host migration. So Bodycam currently uses a peer-to-peer system. Previously, if the host disconnected, the entire match ended, sometimes only seconds before the game was over. We know how frustrating that is. So with Locked and Loaded, when the host leaves, the game selects a new host based on connection quality and restores the latest known match state.
Through the hallway. Through the hallway. On the right, there is people.
Voice chat has also been rebuilt using Epic Online Services, and it now supports open mic, push-to-talk, and toggle modes. Now for the elephant in the room, performance. We improved frame times, graphics presets, resolution scaling, hardware compatibility, and stability during long sessions. This update also introduces support for DLSS 4.5, FSR 4, and XeSS 3, alongside the latest DLSS and FSR frame generation technology. We identified and fixed an issue that could gradually degrade performance during longer play sessions. We've also integrated a dedicated crash reporter. When the game crashes, we can now receive the technical info required to identify and resolve the issues much more efficiently. However, we don't want to pretend that optimization is finished, because Bodycam still requires a powerful PC depending on your resolution, settings, and target frame rate. That being said, many players may be surprised by how smoothly the game can run on their machines. Before purchasing though, please review the minimum and recommended system requirements on Steam. You can also test the game and request a refund if it doesn't meet your expectations. Okay, so before we finish off the series, guys, the founders actually wanted me to share my story with all of you. So I'm Big Jim, and before joining RIPJAWS Studios, I was simply a Bodycam player and one of the top 3 players in the world. And at the time, I'd never worked in game development. However, they saw how deeply I cared about Bodycam and offered me the opportunity to join the studio full time. Fast forward to almost 2 years later, I've touched almost every aspect of game development within Bodycam. Stories like mine are a part of RIPJAWS' identity. The studio is founded by Luca and Leo, who remained its youngest members. From the beginning, they surrounded themselves by incredibly talented young people and had not yet been shaped by the industry conventions. These newcomers bring fresh perspectives, challenge established habits, and constantly question whether things can be done better. This mindset is essential for a game like Bodycam. We give our artists and developers the freedom to explore, experiment, take risks, and sometimes fail. And by removing this fear of making mistakes, we create the conditions needed to find original solutions, overcome difficult technical challenges, and push realism even further. And at the same time, we've brought in the industry veterans who have worked on major games. Their experience helps guide the team overcome technical limitations and prevent avoidable mistakes. Growing this quickly was a major challenge. We had to build the team, tools, and production processes needed to support Bodycam's future. Part of the delay came from our decision to rebuild the game's foundational codebase instead of continuing to add features to systems that can no longer support our ambitions. So Locked and Loaded is the first update to truly show the results of that investment. So everybody, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for supporting us, for your patience, and for continuing to tell us where Bodycam needs to improve. And until then, guys, we'll see you on the shooting range.